Hey, what's up guys, just Boost here and welcome back to another One Piece card game video. It's been a while, but with OP03 dropping, I figured I'd do another video, and what's a better comeback video than to do a deck profile for the deck I've been playing basically the entirety of the OP02 format, which is Smoker, which definitely got some very new tools in OP03. I know everybody is super hyped about the Lucci deck, and for good reason, because the Lucci deck is very good, very cool, but I definitely think there's still merit to playing the Smoker leader, because that -1 really often helps you get to certain thresholds that you need to get rid of your opponent's cards, where Lucci doesn't really have access to that. Even though, yes, Lucci is technically, I guess, a better leader in the late game if we're playing against blockers. But I still think Smoker might be a viable leader for this format, and I will definitely be trying it out, at least at locals, maybe even at store championships, I'm not sure yet. I have been testing this a little bit on Sim and also in real life, and I honestly, it surprised me how good this deck was. But yeah, I'll get into the details of, why this deck is good and some interactions you have when I'm showing you guys the cards, so let's just hop into the deck profile. Alright, hopping into the actual deck list, of course, like already mentioned, we are playing the Smoker leader. Just a small reminder, if it has done during the main phase, once per turn you can give up to one of your opponent's characters -1 cost during this turn, and then if there's a 0 cost character in play, he gets the +1000, so oftentimes he's gonna be swinging for 7 with just 1 done, but yeah, you all should be familiar with him from the last format, right? Then, starting off with like the defensive cards, I should say, I'm playing the full playset of Tsuru, the full playset of Tashigi. Yeah, these cards, like, they function in a similar manner, only Tsuru is a little bit better because it gives essentially -2 if you play it for just 1 cost, where Tashigi actually gives -2 for 3 cost. But you can sometimes set this up to use it on like a future turn if it stays on the field, which is quite nice, but honestly, usually you're just gonna be playing these for 2k counters. Then I'm also playing basically like the CP9 equivalent of these cards, and this is also like a semi-consistency card, because sometimes you are going to be playing this to just get the draw to discard 2, just to dig for certain cards which are very important in certain matchups, like maybe digging for something like Issho in the Whitebeard matchup. And then the -2 definitely comes up, but again, this is mostly a 2k counter card. And then I'm playing 13 2k counters at the moment. I'm playing also just the 1 Garb. This honestly is literally just for the 2k counter. But yeah, for now I'm playing 13 2k counters, just because I was kind of happy with the rest of the list, and then this is basically the 50th card, you could say. Then for other defensive cards, of course the full place of Borsalino. This is pretty much like the best black card in the game currently, I feel. Yeah, not much to say about this. However, he's joined by a new friend, which is gonna be Fukuro. Yes, these are 3 Rosinante, but I don't have the playset of the common Fukuro yet, even though I do have all the other cards. But yeah, this should be 4 Fukuro. And just, in this format where red is, again, the dominant deck, having a blocker that cannot be KO'd by effects is very strong, and this is just going to be sticking to the field. Where previously, if you, actually played this, it was really scary because it would often get KO'd by something like Vista or something like that. You can just early game play out this, and you don't have to really fear it getting KO'd by your opponent card effect. And then the last defensive card I'm playing is just the full playset of Shockwave. Yeah, this card's still very strong. It mostly really shines in the Zoro matchup, which is arguably the best deck in the format, and also the worst matchup for this deck, or one of the worst matchups, even though it did get a little bit better with the OP03 cards. So yeah, for Shockwave. And then what I think is probably the best new addition to the deck is honestly brand new. This is basically the card we were missing during the OP02 format, where it is a Searcher. Sadly, it only looks at the top 3 cards of the deck, and you can add a Navy card. Being able to look at the top 5 definitely would have been nice, but can't win them all, I suppose. And then you can add a Navy card except for brand new, and you trash the rest, so this actually sets up your CP cards. If you're playing like a bigger engine of those, we are actually not in this specific list. We are playing some CP9 cards. Actually, only the Khalifa, I think, and the Fukuro, yeah. But you could deck in something like a Kaku or something, just for a little bit more spot removal. Anyway, we're not playing that, so the trashing really isn't really relevant. But Yeah, this card's really good. It's a searcher. It helps you dig for the pieces you need in certain matchups. And then also, what I really like about it is that just having this body in the field allows you to more easily pressure the small drop characters that Zoro's playing, like Buggy, for example. Yeah. Brand new, best new addition to the deck. And then, now most of the cards should speak for themselves. Just the full plays of Kobe, of course the full plays of Kuzan is still one of the best cards in the deck. I'm opting to still play a triple of the 5-drop Smoker, just because it's still really good against Zoro, you know, the double attack with to have a 0 cost on the field, which is, you know, reached relatively easily with Smoker, the leader. And then, again, red is super popular and this cannot be KO'd by card effects, which is very nice. And then I'm playing triple Garb and 4 Sakazuki. Honestly, I think you could argue that Garb is a better card than Sakazuki. However, with yellow being in the format and the 10-drop Big Mom or Charlotte Lin being a thing, reaching the threshold for this is quite hard, where if you just have this and the leader ability, you put the Lin to 5 so the Sakazuki can out it, which is nice. So yeah, that's why I'm playing more of Sakazuki than of the Garb. And then for the last card in the deck, you can probably guess it. It took the spot of Kuzan pretty much, which I'm a little bit upset about because I really like Kuzan, but I think this card is just a little bit better. Is the Issho. Very good against Whitebeard because you are pretty much every time just going to be able to drop it and snipe 2 cards from their hand. And then the -3 is in combination with the Smoker effect oftentimes enough to get rid of the opponent's Whitebeard, even though I do find that, you know, after dropping this, occasionally I'm gonna have to use Tashigu or Tsuru to actually get rid of the high drops, because it only gives the -3 opposed to the -5 of Kuzan or the -4 you might get from the 4-drop Kuzan, which would usually drop on your 8 Dawn turn. But you can potentially, of course, drop on your 6 Dawn turn if you have access to it. But yeah, just, you know, if you're on the uneven curve, being able to drop this on the 9 Dawn turn is really strong, opposed to having to wait another turn to drop your 10-drop Kuzan usually. And honestly, I might even swap out the Garb for just a 4th copy of this, because it is definitely very strong and you definitely want to see it. The stats are just very nice. But yeah, that's it for the for my first Smoker list for the format. Alright guys, that was it. That was my deck list. I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry about the one proxy for the Fukuro, but just don't have the comments yet for some reason. But yeah, we'll have those soon. Let me know what you think about Smoker as a leader in the next format. Let me know what other decks you would want to see going into the OP03 format. I know there's a lot of super cool decks. You have the Ace deck. I also really like the yellow decks. Maybe even yellow black Big Mom. Not sure yet, but might take a look at that as well. Yeah, and if you're looking forward to more One Piece card game content, deck profiles, I also plan to do gameplay again. Yeah, press the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!